everybody, we're the Kinases. I'm Jordan.
And I'm Bryan, and we have two little girls who are currently napping.
Mm-hmm.
Louisa is 2 years old, 2.5 now, right? 2.5.
Mm-hmm.
Dorothy is 9 months old, who looks like she could be 2.5. She's our big baby. But we've been going to Charis for a little over 2 years now. We started going in May of 2018 when we moved down here from Chicagoland area. And we've loved being a part of Charis, the community that truly is a community. People who we can walk alongside in good times and bad times, rooted in the scriptures, but just constantly applying it to our relationships to one another. We felt really supported and we were just having a conversation yesterday with friends about how much we feel like we've grown since we've been there and how it's stretched us in lots of good ways. But yeah, so we want to give you guys a small update on what's going on in our life, all the crazy, exciting things that are going on in our lives right now.
So we actually just moved into our house 2 weeks before quarantine and stay-at-home orders went through. It's been so good. We can just clearly see like God's goodness and kindness to us and like the timing of finding a house and moving in early and having a backyard and just space to like play now, especially since we're home 24/7. So yeah,
we used to live in an apartment where we had a big black top in the backyard, and poor Louisa learned how to walk and play in her backyard and has the scars on her knees to show it that she learned how to play not in grass but on blacktop. Lots of tripping and falling. But yeah, we've just been so sweetly blessed by a garden, right? Spent lots of time in garden and all the planting that goes along there. And yeah, so the house has been kind of a big piece for us. We actually had our 4-year wedding anniversary yesterday. We're kind of reflecting on the 4 years and like, wow, we've been saving and thinking and praying and discussing and researching and arguing over all that could be into this house process, and trying not to idolize it in our hearts, but it has been a sweetness of the Lord that we moved in like right before all the pandemic stuff happened, and the girls will spend all day outside if we let them, and we have a little UFC octagon that we put Dorothy in, and she'll just play in that all day long. And
it's our cage.
Yeah, we call it our cage. It's baby in a cage. And then Louisa has a castle outside that her uncle made for her and painted it all white, and she sings Into the Unknown out there, and Jordan and I sing along because we have every Frozen lyric memorized right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's been kind of our biggest update, I think, is kind of the learning how to live in this new house in the midst of this time where we're not able to host as many people as we're used to, or not able to invite friends over, or but even in the midst of it, when praying for our neighbors and trying to think about ways to care for them. Most of them are elderly, so there's this heightened caution towards, let's bake them cookies, but they probably shouldn't eat cookies from people they don't know and people who just moved into town. So we think we're going to give them IOUs, like, hi, we're your new neighbors, like, we owe you a baked good product. We've met our neighbors who we share a backyard with. They're believers as well. They go to the E-Free church in town. They have 3 kids, so they're a little bit older than our girls, but it's been fun just seeing them back there. They just gave us some tomatoes the other day. But yeah, learning what it looks like to love your neighbor in the most literal, obvious sense. So yeah, that's kind of been a big paradigm shift for really our family. Any other updates?
No, I think I don't feel like the Lord is teaching me like one major thing right now, but many like little things, and that definitely changes day to day, especially with a 2-year-old who's learning how to be disobedient and really enjoys it, and just knowing like what patience and like discipline looks like in that aspect, but then also like learning how to be present with a 9-month-old who wants to get into everything, and then learning to be kind and loving to Bryan, who I'm with 24/7, and yeah, it's just
a punishment no one deserves.
And jokes I hear. No, but just a lot of those just little things that are just constantly being taught anyways in life, and now it's just more, just
Amplified.
more amplified. Just being home and confined to our walls mostly. So
Yeah. Yeah, I do high school youth ministry at Normal West High School. That's like our outreach ministry is towards Normal West. And been learning a lot of dependence upon the Lord. I just finished my newsletter for May a couple hours ago and reached this point where I was like, man, miraculous things aren't happening within my view of life. But maybe that's a good thing, and maybe humility and a solid dose of that is a good thing that we need from time to time, and maybe more than time to time. But yeah, feeling like our hands are tied behind our back, and maybe forcing us to prayer more than we would otherwise. Like, oh, I can do this all by myself. Don't worry, Jesus. Like, all these people are going to be saved for your name. But instead, can we humble ourselves and lay our requests before the Lord and truly trust that He's the one who saves, not us. It's not our eloquence, or it's not our wisdom, or great games, or delicious pizza, or whatever it is, Krispy Kremes that we're delivering, whatever. It's truly the Lord working in students' hearts. So we're hopeful and prayerful that coming out of this season, though lots of Zoom calls and lots of book studies, we're reading Mere Christianity with a bunch of students, which has been fun. We have a guy's Bible study that's going on tonight. Those things sometimes can feel less enjoyable or less fruitful because it's so virtual, and it's like, are they paying attention, or are they playing Battlefront on the TV behind them, which they do sometimes. But yeah, really trusting that the Lord is doing something in their hearts, and that even out of this, we may see the fruit, we may not, but yeah, trusting on Him, depending on Him. Yeah. I think those are kind of the main updates in our lives. If you could pray for us, just praying for our continued wisdom in parenting, also in shepherding the kids that are under our purview. We have some kids who are in some, without sharing too many details, just extreme situations. So if you could go to the Lord in those, for those, we'd really appreciate it. Thanks, guys. We miss you all. Virtual church is not the same as being with you all, and we are patient and recognizing the right timing, but anxiously awaiting to be singing, worshiping, and growing with all you once again soon. Thanks, guys.
Bye.